Just keep being me, keep playing the way I usually play. That's got me this far. And, you know, once I get drafted to wherever I go, I'm going to be able to be under really good player development.
What's the process like as you, when your season ends and a long wait and knowing it's almost here, what's the excitement level like for you right now?
I'm really excited, but, you know, I might have 1 or 2 workouts after this, so I got to focus on those first. But when the draft comes, me and my family will be really excited.
You're so used to practicing in the team environment, team, and you're doing things now by yourself. What kind of transition has that been?
I mean, you know, it's just like if I'm regular working out, whether it's in front of people or not, just always, you know, working the hardest I can every time I step on the floor.
What do you know about this Pacers squad? I know there's so many teams you'd be happy to go anywhere, but what do you know about this Indiana squad?
They got a really young team, you know, that trade with Tyrese and Domantas Sabonis. I really like that trade. I know Tyrese, you know, he played in Wisconsin, so if I came here, there'd be a little bit of a connection there.
What is that background like with Tyrese? Did you know him like growing up at all?
We played for the same AAU program, Wisconsin Playground Warriors, so I saw him here and there a little bit, but, you know, he's been doing his thing.
Does he give you crap about the Big Ten? Because he always talks about how he doesn't like the Big Ten.
I saw you tweeted about Iowa State beating us this past year, so if I come here, I'll definitely have something to talk to you about.
When you make it in, you know, to the next level, what are some of the, we know what you do well, what are some of the things you feel like you need to zone in and work on?
Well, I just got my ass kicked in the defensive drills, so definitely pay more attention to detail on that. And also just overall working on getting my body stronger, especially my lower body.
What defensive drill were you doing?
Just one-on-one stuff, closeouts. I haven't been playing live since the season ended, and my workout in Detroit, that was a group workout, so you know, I definitely should have been playing live a little bit more, just get myself more used to it.
The Detroit one was a bigger group. This was solo. Do you have a preference, or is one easier to get up for, have some intensity in?
Probably a group workout just because it's more competitive. I'm competing against guys that, you know, want that spot in the draft, so I'd say group workout.
Do you have a favorite team growing up?
No.
Johnny, you talk about player development. You made a huge jump freshman to sophomore year. That suggests there's more. How much more is there?
There's a lot more. You know, I'm nowhere near where I want to be right now. I think I have a lot of upside and a lot of potential.
You obviously have a body of work on tape, but when you do these workouts, does it feel like it's a high-level job interview?
Yeah, definitely. You know, whether it's going to dinner or I'm sitting down with the interview with the staff, I always make sure, you know, to look and be as best dressed as I can.
When did this become like a realistic goal for you to get to the NBA? When did you know, all right, I'm ready for this next step? Was it this past season, a couple seasons ago?
Probably this past season. I didn't pay too much attention to it during the season because I was more focused on winning games and playing while I had time left in college. But as soon as the season was over, my dad told me I was leaving and I wasn't going back.
Is there an NBA player that you compare yourself to, or somebody that you look at as a role model, somebody you'd like to be like?
Devin Booker, Jimmy Butler, Jaylen Brown, those two guard guys that can play both ways.
How much pride do you take in the defensive side of the ball? And you said the drills kind of kicked your butt today, but throughout your time in Wisconsin, it looked like you took pride in that side of the ball.
Yeah, I take a lot of pride. You know, defense is something that wins championships, and you know, you can't really ever control if the ball goes in or not, whether you're wide open or it's contested, but you can always control your effort on the defensive end.
When you say went to dinner, you mentioned dress night. What does that look like?
You know,
last night, what did you look like?
Oh, I didn't go to dinner with them last night, but I packed just some dress pants, a nice tee, and some sneakers. Some nice looking sneakers, not just like Nikes or anything.
That's dressing up.
Yeah. Just some casual for the dinner.
Are you gonna do something with them? Dinner-ish, lunch-ish? Are you gonna wear those clothes with these people or nothing?
I mean, I think the lunch is more informal, so I'll probably just wear what I'm gonna wear to the airport afterwards.
Okay.
Where you go from here?
I'm gonna go back to Miami. That's where I've been training at for the pre-draft.
And you got, would you say 2 more?
One or 2 more, or not. I don't know. My agents are figuring out my schedule right now.
Who have you been training with? Like other players?
Yeah, Mark Williams, Usman Dieng, Nikola Jovic, Colin Gillespie. I think those are a few of the guys that are in the draft. I was training with Tari Eason and Peyton Watson in LA for a little bit too.
I know you guys are all confident you're supposed to be and all that. You averaged, 7 as a freshman? Did your last year, at some point, I'm sure you got used to what you were doing, but did you surprise yourself early on? Did you have any idea that was going to happen?
No, actually not. You know, I always go into the game, you know, playing, just, you know, thinking I'm the best player on the floor, but, you know, at times I really was, and I thought I just used that to my advantage and my mentality.
What's the communication been like with your brother throughout this process? I mean, you grew up playing together all your life, and you're, I guess, starting a new chapter. So what's that like?
He was down in Miami for about 2 weeks with me. He didn't want to go back to school in Wisconsin. He really liked the weather down there. But, you know, it's just been the same. I call him every now and then. You know, I watch some of the practices that he's got, the workouts and stuff. So, and he watches the same thing as me, vice versa. We're always just giving each other advice.
Has there been anything you've been trying to gather from these teams? I know they're trying to interview you. Or is there anything you're trying to get from them?
Just whatever I can find useful and use to my advantage, whether it's tips on the court or tips off the court.
They measured you today, height, weight, and if so, do you mind saying what it was?
They didn't measure my height or weight or anything like that.
Okay.
You're taller than us, though. We know that.
Yeah.
You thought about what next Thursday will feel like, be like, that moment that every kid dreams about?
I mean, it'll probably be a little nerve-wracking sitting around waiting for my name to get called, but my family's going to be there, so you know, it's going to be a really great environment, and I know they'll be proud of me.
Are you hopeful to go better than the Taco Bell commercial?
Yes, definitely. I won't leave to get a chalupa during the
You got that outfit picked out? You know what you're wearing draft night?
I'm working on it a little bit right now, finalizing some stuff up.
When you said your dad said you're not coming back to school, is that ever a question? Did you need him to tell you that? Did you think you were good enough?
Yeah, I definitely thought I was good enough. I didn't need him to tell me, but I just really like to use him as kind of like that guy that was always keeping track throughout the season, wherever I was projected, or if I was going to have a chance to get drafted or not.
What do you see the projections? I mean, do you track them now where I kind of know where people are going to go? Do you know?
Based out of the teams I've worked out with, I know what picks they have, so as of right now, it's been anywhere from 5 through 10.
How did Wisconsin help you prepare for the next level? You know, you're playing the Big Ten program, playing 2 years, you know, obviously it worked out pretty well.
Yeah, I would say the lifting aspect, the strength coach we had down there was really great, and also just being really fundamental and you know, approaching every day and everything that I do professionally.
Having a dad that played pro, how much does that help? Just I guess get you ready for what's next.
Yeah, you know, he gives me a lot of great pointers every now and then, but more importantly, I'll finally be able to, you know, talk back to him a little bit, because he said he's been there, done that. So once I get drafted and hopefully have a long, nice career, I'll be able to rub it in his face.
Another minute or so, guys.
So who's winning one-on-one then? Like when did that start?
Well, he's pretty old now, but now I'd say it started right when I was around like 10 or 11. You know, playing against him one-on-one. It was never really that competitive because obviously he was a lot bigger than I was. But I'd say playing with my twin brother, that's where I get most of my competitiveness from. Just, you know, battling with him every day, whether it's on a Nerf hoop or, you know, outside on the concrete.
You fit with Tyrese? How do you feel about that?
I think I fit really well next to him. You know, I really like the way he plays, but not just only him, you know, other guys on the team as well.
How much did you know about the Pacers going into this?
I knew a decent amount. You know, my agents made sure to prep me well enough for, you know, anything that they might ask me. But also, I've watched him play a little bit, especially a lot of the guys that were in college. You know, I played against Dwayne Washington, saw Isaiah Jackson at Kentucky, Chris Stewart at Oregon. So I've been keeping up with him.
What was it like to have that demand, I guess, to be the top guy, to have such a high usage rate and to deliver more times than not? What was that like, just night in and night out?
Yeah, you know, I took it as a sign that the coaches and the players trust me to, you know, in certain situations to be able to, you know, make a play that puts our team at an advantage. So I would say I did that really well, and I think I'd be able to take on that role at the next level too.